Hey everybody, I'm back at it again in the studio. I took another one of my cars out so I can show you how I do this. I did this years ago. I have it in layers still, and some are compressed, some aren't. This one I think is compressed, and the valve tools and all the other design qualities of this art. So I scanned basically the drawing I done in the pen on paper, and then I put it in the computer and then put color to it and layer it out and put paths to it and clip it, ship it, and whip it. And it looks pretty good when they're done. So I'm gonna take you in the computer on this one and we'll get it going. We doing this again? Oh, come on, not again. All right, here's another car from the movie Speed Racer that I concepted. Many of them did a lot of cars for them. So this is what it looked like at its finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down, bring my tabs up so we can see where everything is. I got my layers palette on my right, and everything's laid out like the other designs. You can set your layers palette any way you want. I like it to the right because I'm right-handed. I'm used to it that way. That being said, let's get into it. So I brought my initial drawings into Photoshop, and then I created this. So from sketches, loose, to tight sketches, to this. Now this is one of the first ones I did, sketch-wise. And in this mode, I can, once again, I can do whatever I want by adding, take my brush tool, I go up here, pick my brush. Where's my brush? I hit my size over here. I'll put it at 5. Let's do 5 so you can see it. I'll select with my magic wand the colors of the blue. I'll make it a little bigger so we can see what I'm doing. There we go. Close that palette. Now I can add, like I said before, I can add bigger wings. Oh, here, that's the bad color. I can add bigger wings over here, right? And I can just sketch them in. And this is pretty much how I did this other one, the blue line on the paper and pencil. I can even add a gun to it, a little missile gun here on both sides. I can extend these out, and that's what's great about Photoshop. You can just keep going forever. It doesn't matter. If you don't do Photoshop, you should learn it. It's awesome. So the next sketch, that was my first sketch. My next sketch is coloring it a little better, trying to find out exactly what I want to do. And on here, I can make a layer above it again, and maybe, I don't know, maybe add some spikes coming off the wheel. Just scribble some spikes in there. That's kind of cool. So when he goes up to the next car, and he, like the old Roman chariots, you can spike them, and you got to put them over here too, right? And in Photoshop, it's awesome. And in paper, you got to erase it. You got to make a decision. You're stuck with it. I can put some louvers here, air vents, you know, right there. Fill those in. Just whatever I want. I can put a scoop here. Whatever I want. Air scoop, air conditioning for the driver. And just whatever, it'll take different shapes and forms. I can put 2 motors back here. I can do all kinds of stuff. So the next one is another version of that, just different. More the same but different, working with the wheels. I can extend these things out further, so when it takes flight, it has more lift on both sides. You don't have to draw it in perspective, you know. So that's what these great sketches are done for, so you can experiment on what you really want to do with this vehicle, because it hasn't been done. You're inventing it, you're creating it for the movie, and every movie's different, every job's different. I try to learn everything from anywhere from drawing cute little bunny rabbits to vehicles, monsters, weapons, spacesuits, spacecraft, motorcycles, because it all comes to play when it comes time for a job, because you don't know what you're going to be doing necessarily, or they'll add on stuff that you want you to do. Like for instance, when I worked on Fast and Furious, not only did I do the cars, but I also designed some of the environments. and let the headquarters and stuff, and put a back wing over here too. You know, just boom. Now it's like a flying X. I can't see it on the other side because it's in perspective. This is probably when it takes light, you know, and it's flying through the air like that. So you never know what you're gonna draw, and you get called to draw, because I'll be doing something like this, and all of a sudden they go, hey, we need a boardroom where it shows this office area where they're deciding who's going to race in the race and not. So that's important to be able to do that. So my next sketch for this car, I got a little tighter. See, and when you go tighter and you want to use a pencil again in in this format, you choose the color of your drawing. This is pencil on paper, mechanical pencil on paper. I think it was on vellum, if I remember correctly. And you can add stuff to it, more detail on here, you know, across here. Add just what if you want to put a stripe of whatever, and yeah, that whatever. I would put a moon inlet. Just to see what it's going to look like, you know. And play with it, because you never know. These things here, right here, changed so many times, and these became more mechanical, and you can even add more dangerous tire cutting apparatuses that shoot out on both sides. And over here you can probably see a little bit of it, right? And you can do the front as well. These can have more of a battle axe type of thing on each side. So it's just constant changing for these, and what you want to do until you get to the final drawing stage, or then to the coloring stage of the vehicle. It's just so they can have a visual perception of what you're trying to achieve in this particular drawing. So that's how that works. And this is the way I scanned it with all the stuff. It's all goofy looking. The next drawing, sketch 5, gets even tighter, closer to where we want to be, right? So once again, mechanical pencil, just lining it in, because I know I'm going to bring this into Photoshop and clean everything up, make it look beautiful like the finished was. So I just do things up to the point where I need to be, and then in Photoshop I add all the more details to it. This is just for the proper perspective or whatever. Look at the flames coming out of that bad boy. It's just shooting out. What did I do? Oh, I see what I did. I moved the layer by accident. There it is. There's flames coming out there. Wind, speed. Give me more speed. I need more speed. Photoshop's beautiful. Anyway, let's get on to the next sketch. The next sketch is right here. This is tighter, way tighter, and I've used more of a Kevlar in there and added some stuff. And I did all this extra stuff in Photoshop because it's more forgiving, and I have a lot to work with. I can play with it so much more, and I can still come in here and change stuff, you know, and then just tighten it up. So that's that. And so what I did last time, do I have a path on this one? No, I didn't. On this one, I didn't save the paths. I don't know what happened. I must have deleted them by accident over here in the paths tool. So I can't show you how I use the paths on this one. But you saw it in the other videos. But this one, no bueno. I don't know. This isn't the worker. I know I have the worker somewhere, but I have thousands and thousands of documents of this stuff. So from here, I made the paths, and I work with it, and I paint it. I paint it in grays. Sometimes I go straight to color. Sometimes I do grays, just so I can model it up. And this is what it looked like when I model it up in the grays. Kind of cool, huh? Let me get a white background here. Nope, I don't want that. I'll put a white background here, and you can see it better. Look at that. right? So I tighten it all up like that using the path tools and the highlights and this and that, and blender tool, blender brushes, dodge and burn, everything in Photoshop to get me where I want to be. And there's many ways to do everything in Photoshop. Everybody knows that. You can do command keys and all kinds of stuff. But I like doing old school bones on it, and I like using command keys. I like to do all that stuff too, but I get used to. So from here, after I model it, now I got to do colors, right? And if I had saved my paths on this one, I could show you this, but I don't have them. So I would do the body, right? And those are the colors I chose for the body when I did this a long time ago. And that's pretty cool. I like purple and green like that. It just, something about it, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Joker. Who knows? That's probably it when I was a kid. See how I stroke the paths, give the racing stripes too? I love it. Look at all that detail in here. And the motor's covered, more aerodynamic. Look at the detail on the helmet and stuff. Beautiful. The shocks with the alloyed, titanium alloyed. Beautiful. Look at that front valence. Scoop the intakes for the off the brakes into the engine so it can breathe. Put the intake up here. And then, ooh, what did I forget? I forgot the motor. Where is the motor? Boom, there's the motor. All blacked out, jet engine. Looking all sweet. Look at that. Once again, you got all the details and the flames come bursting out of that. And I keep everything on layers. Like I said, I layered down these, merged a lot of these layers, which is not good for this, but it makes the file smaller. And then, okay. So now, what do I do now? We need to add the background, which is the racetrack. So let's go down here at the bottom and find, oops, let's do that. Let's find our background. I labeled it BG. There's it. Boom. Where is it? Okay. There it is. No, that's not it. Turn those off. There it is. There's the streaks. Now it's still floating. So now I got to put the car shadow on it. And then I'll put a little more shadows on it. And I'll put some chevrons on it too. The racetrack lines going by, creating the motion. And have a little highlight there. Pop off the side. Oh, I need some jet engine streaks coming out of there. There we go. Now we're going fast. That's what I'm talking about. So we got the full thing almost done. Let's put some branding on the vehicle. There we go. Now we have race car branding, like we should. And it's looking sweet as we go from here. Now, what else can we do? I don't know. I think I need some like billowing rings off the streaks of the jet engine. That undulating ring. Look at that. Boom, boom. It's the, oops. When he hits the afterburner, pew. More streaks. I see more streaks, more speed. Let's have a little faster speed. Have more streaks. How about a little few more streaks? There we go. It's going now. It's speeding down the road. Let's knock those down a little bit though. Everything's in layers. Try to keep everything in layers. That way you can change things anytime you want. Now with the car color, again, because I didn't keep everything not merged properly, I'm stuck. So let's do this. Let's change it on here. Command view. And pump up the colors. I can change those colors. That's all I can do, but I'm kind of locked because I don't have the paths anymore. To change these colors would be a pain. But you can still do it here. That's kind of cool. Right? Because the grays stay grays and black, but if it has any bit of color on it, then it'll change to another hue saturation. So let's go back to original colors like I like it. This is the branding. We finish it off with that. And that's it. This is the vehicle. Number 3. Here we go. Get rid of the palettes. blow it up. Let's have a look at it real tight. Beautiful. Look at that. Had the crinkle paint on the brakes, on the bumpers. I love that. The crinkle paint. The aluminum alloys. Just going fast. Got the Kevlar, not the Kevlar, the carbon fiber, not the altered carbon. Beautiful, look at all that in there. Only an artist would appreciate that. Look at that. Sweet, swing, sweet, swing. All these reflections and stuff in here. I was so blessed to be able to work on this movie, because as a kid I loved Speed Racer, and then as an adult I get to work on the movie when they finally make one. Are you kidding me? Yes, sign me up. Thank you. May I have another? But anyway, that's the car. More's come. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it, and give me a subscription. Subscribe, buddies. Pay me some due. And I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
All right, thanks for watching. That was fun. A lot of information there. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I hope you do. If you like it, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, tell a friend. I'm gonna keep doing this show. You know what I'm saying? I can keep doing this. Takes a lot of time to do this. I got I got over 30 years worth of artwork to show you guys, and my passion. So thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and see you on the other side. Other side of what? Okay, all right, we're done. All right, bye.